On March the 17th, 2025, Fang Li's documentary, The Sinking of the Lisbon Maru, premiered in London, followed by a wider release across the UK and Ireland on March the 20th. The film recounts the tragic sinking of the Lisbon Maru. During World War II, the Lisbon Maru was torpedoed near the Zhoushan archipelago by an American submarine while carrying more than 1,000 British prisoners of war from Hong Kong to Japan. Fearing a prisoner escape, the Japanese guards sealed the hatches and left the men trapped in suffocating darkness for 25 hours. When the men finally broke free, they were met with gunfire. As the ship sank, some soldiers defiantly sang "It's a Long Way to Tipperary" as their voices faded into the abyss. Fishermen from Dongji Island heard the distant cries and rushed to the wreckage despite the danger. Dennis Morley recalled floating in exhaustion when the rough yet strong hand grasped him. That was his moment of salvation. Risking their lives, the fishermen pulled the struggling British soldiers from the water and offered them dry clothes, food, and fresh water. Saving a life is the right thing to do, fisherman Ling Agen said later. Their bravery saved 384 men, but 828 still perished. That day, the ocean was merciless and compassionate, showcasing war's brutality and boundless kindness of strangers. This disaster is one of the most tragic friendly fire incidents between the US and Britain during World War II. Historian Tony Banham called it a forgotten tragedy never truly studied. Chinese filmmaker Fang Li learned of the event from Zhoushan fishermen who were so moved by their accounts that he spent a decade creating this documentary. The Sinking of Lisbon Maru was finally released in 2024, marking the first comprehensive film on this historical event. Today, conflicts persist. From Ukraine to Gaza and Syria, it is always ordinary people who suffer the most. These tragedies are a reminder that politicians wage wars, but everyday people pay the price. The story of the Lisbon Maru is a story of humanity's brilliance. In recent years, this history has been jointly commemorated by China and the UK. Memorials in both countries bear the inscription, "Love knows no borders, friendship transcends time." British veteran Brian Finch remarked, "This documentary exposes the brutality of war by highlighting the extraordinary courage of the Chinese fishermen." On February the 22nd, 2025, the Chinese embassy in the UK hosted a Lunar New Year reception for Lisbon Maru survivors' families. At the London premiere, Chinese Ambassador Zheng Zeguang stated, "One of the key lessons from the Lisbon Maru tragedy, that peace is hard-earned, life is infinitely precious. We must remember history, foster understanding, and safeguard world peace." As history moves forward, the tragedy of the Lisbon Maru stands as a solemn reminder: peace is fragile and must never be taken for granted. No one should ever become sacrificial offerings on the altar of war.